Alright, so in today's video, gentlemen, I just wanted to share a few of my personal shoe hacks that I have learned over the years. A few shoe hacks that has actually come very handy, especially when there was some or the other issues that I have found in any one of my past shoes. Now the one in discussion is going to be this beautiful white full grain Italian leather sneaker by Boston. Boston, in case you don't know, is one of my companies, one of my shoe brands. But today's video context is not really about the shoe brand or Boston sneakers, the sexy pair of Boston sneakers. By the way, it's more about the essential hacks that can help you buy a better shoe whenever you're in the market trying to buy a shoe for yourself. So my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. This is a place where I document my life and share a few effective tips that I learned through image and men's style. Let's roll the intro. Okay, so first thing first, before I get into the video, in case you want to watch more of these videos, in case you want me to share more of my screw ups and lessons that I have learned over the years styling and experimenting with men's style and image, then don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel in case you're watching this video for the very first time. And yes, lastly, don't forget to write down your honest comment in the comment section box in case you do have any specific video requirement from my side. Cool, then let's get into it. Alright, so the very first shoe hack that I have learned over the years, the very first shoe hack that has actually helped me in my shoe purchases is the fact of sizing up. Now, if you would have watched any one of my previous videos where I used to give advices and teach men the basics of style and image, I used to tell them to size down in case of apparel. In case you're someone who has always worn a large size shirt and a medium size t-shirt, these are all by Teamy Basics, my apparel company, the heather gray and the check shirt. Anyway, in case you've always worn a size bigger in terms of shirts and t-shirts, my advice for you would have been to size down. But this is the right opposite in case of your leather shoes, especially your leather shoes. Why? Well, because one, every shoe fits you differently. Every type of shoe will fit you differently. A leather sneaker or a canvas sneaker will fit a lot different than a sports shoe. A sports shoe will fit a lot different than a leather formal shoe. So in case you are in the market trying to buy a leather sneaker for yourself or trying to buy a beautiful pair of monk straps or Chelsea boots for yourself, the way they'll fit you is going to be very different altogether. Now let's say your size is 7.5. Let's say you're a UK 7.5. You're out in the market, you're trying to buy yourself a sexy pair of white leather sneakers in the size 7.5. Now 7.5 is a beautiful size, 6.5 is a fantastic size, 8.5 is a very common size. But there are a few brands, including my own Boston, who don't really make sizes in decimals. For example, we at Boston don't really have a size 6.5, 7.5 or an 8.5. Why? Well, because the orders for these sizes aren't really all that much, so we never really made them. But in case you are in the market trying to buy a sexy pair of shoe by any other brand who don't really have your exact size as per their plan, here is what you can do. Get a size bigger. In case you're 7.5, get a size 8. In case you're 6.5, get a size 7. In case you're 8.5, get a size 9. Do not try to size down and get a smaller pair of shoes. Why? Well, because for shoes and for your feet, it is always advisable to have half a centimeter, 1 centimeter, or even 1.5, 2 centimeters extra space, because your foot expands in different weather and so does your leather in the shoe as well. So if you're buying something in leather, if you're buying a leather sneaker, if you're buying a leather formal shoe, a monk strap, a boot, or anything of that nature, the leather will also contract and extract depending on the season of the year. So if you end up buying a size 7 instead of 7.5, that 7 might actually fit you in a certain season, but that same size 7 can become a nasty pain on your foot and can give you severe bleeding, shoe bites and whatnot if you do not take this advice seriously. In case you do want a pair of shoes that will fit you the best way possible, it is always advisable to buy a size up. Not really 2 sizes up, but if you're 7.5, buy a size 8. If you're 8.5, buy a size 9. In case the manufacturer or the brand does not have your specific decimal size with them. In case they have the 7.5 with them, you don't really have any problem buying the 7.5. But if you want to get a 7 instead of 7.5 for your 7.5 size of foot, that will become a bloody problem. The second lesson that I learned, the second tip that I rather wanted to share in terms of buying a sexy pair of shoes and finding the perfect fit for your foot is the beauty called footbeds or insoles. Now this is another Boston insole, again Boston shoe, Boston insole, beautiful tan insole by the way, that comes with our white leather sneakers. But the point I'm talking about these insoles, these footbeds are very important, so hear me out clearly. In case you're out in the market trying to buy a shoe that does not fit you well, let's say you're out in a mall and there is some sale, you saw the shoe, it was on sale, but they didn't have your size in it. I mean, you could be a size 9, but they had a size 9.5, or you could be 9.5 and they had a size 10. How do you make this size 10 or half a size bigger than your feet make do with your existing foot? Well, you use this beautiful thing called a footbed or an insole. If you find your shoe a little too dhila or a little too loose on your foot, so what do? How do you make this size 9 fit your feet if you're only a size 8.5? Well, you get an insole, you put it in insole or a footbed, you put this in, and there you go. Now this shoe is going to fit you absolutely fine, because this added footbed or this added insole actually made the shoe a little more tighter, a little less in circumference, and so a lot more fitting for your existing foot. In case you do find a shoe that does not fit you the exact way it should, or if you don't feel the exact tightness of the shoe as you should, get an insole or get a footbed or try something out at Boston and you'll not be disappointed at all. Shoe hack number 3, hear this out before I forget it quickly. It is none other than investing in some nice sexy shoe trees. Now these are expensive, these are cedar wood, but in case you haven't yet, in case you do already own a sexy pair of monk straps or boot, these are again a beautiful pair of tan double monk strap, not really tan, these are actually chestnut wingtip double monk strap, again by my shoe company called Boston. In case you're interested, you can check it out at teambasics.com. But gentlemen, buying a nice expensive stylish shoe is just one half of the puzzle. Maintaining it is the most important part of this puzzle. So in this maintenance process, the most important thing that people ignore is a sexy shoe tree. Now what this does is it maintains your shoe's shape, and it also helps it dry out whenever it does get wet. This is, I hope, for the same size here. Now these are universal shoe trees. You can also find shoe trees specific to your shoe brand or your shoe type. We haven't really made one specific for Boston monk straps and boots, so we just use a universal shoe tree for our shoes. But in case you have not invested in a good quality cedar wood shoe tree, I think it's about time you do so. I think it's about time you get one for yourself. But Mayank, what if I don't have the money? What if I don't really have the cash to buy an expensive shoe tree like the one you just showed? Well, then comes the hack number 4. Use some goddamn newspapers. In case you are out in the sun or in the rains, in case your shoe gets wet and drenched, wrap up some newspapers and just stick them in like so. Keep it like this, it'll help you maintain your shoe's shape. Again, not as good as the cedar wood because that's a lot more structured. I mean, a shoe tree is always better made to take care of your shoe, but a newspaper can also do the trick, especially when you're someone who's trying to be on budget and trying to be frugal about this process. This hack can actually save your shoe's life and extend its longevity like a year's fold. Shoe hack number 5, applicable only for Converse or sneaker style, is playing around with shoelaces. Now these are white sneakers, these are white leather sneakers, so I have clubbed them up with obviously the white neutral color laces that comes with it. But in case I was wearing a tan or a brown or a black leather sneaker, the black which you already have at Boston, I wouldn't have personally liked the white laces on it. I would have rather switched the whites out with the black shade laces. Why? Because that gives it a monochromatic look. I just like the way all black looks, and that's just one way to add more style, more personal flair to your shoe's personality and to your own image and style. I mean, this hack is something I have learned recently because I wasn't really aware of changing the laces and thus changing the entire look of the shoe. But now that I have, I thought I'll share it with you. But hey, last and one of the most shoe saving hacks that you can have in this shoe hack list is using a water resistant shoe spray. Now I don't really have it with me in the office, but I'll put up an Amazon link in the description box and I'll put up a photo somewhere here. You can see it. Now this spray is only applicable for leather shoes. It could be your sneaker, it could be your suede, it could be your full grain Italian leather like these. But please do it before you ruin it. Do it before you stain your shoes. Do it before it goes through a terrible 1967's watershed history. Do it before you expect your shoe to get dirty. Why? Because you never really know. If you're wearing a white sexy sneaker like these, or your suede tassel loafers, or even a monk strap like this, it can get dirty. Oil stain can ruin it. A water resistant spray is made to make your shoe water repellent, oil repellent, and thus a lot more long lasting. 6 hacks that I've learned the hard way, 6 hacks that I think have kept my shoes looking fresh and new for a long time. Anyway, in case you want to get one of these shoes for yourself, in case you're someone who is in the aspiring menswear industry or in the aspiring menswear image lifestyle, who wants to invest in a sexy pair of shoes. These are expensive, by the way. These are like an investment. These are going to last you a very long time, so I cannot really recommend everyone to buy it, whosoever is not very serious about their style and image. In case you are, in case you are someone who loves to invest in quality products that will last them a long time, Boston is for you. And also, in case you want to change up your fashion and style besides the shoe game, then you can have some nice flannel shirts and our crew neck and v-neck Teamy Basics t-shirts as well, all online at teamybasics.com. Anyway, I'll get back to editing this video now, probably make some more mistakes, learn a few more things about style and image, and share it with you. You don't forget to dress up, stay strong, stay stylish. My name is Bhattacharya. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Jai Hind, take care.